The first thing I noticed was the smell, a mix of cheap perfume, stale beer, and something sour hiding beneath it. And in that moment, standing inside my own apartment, I knew someone had been here. I didn't drop my suitcase right away. I didn't even turn on the lights. I just stood there in the doorway, holding my breath like if I stayed still enough, the truth wouldn't settle around me. But it did. It clung to the air like humidity, heavy, unavoidable. The curtains were half open, swaying slightly as though someone had brushed past them not long ago. A glass sat tipped over on my coffee table, its rim stained with a lipstick shade I had never worn. A jacket, an oversized men's jacket, was draped across the back of my chair like it belonged there. My chair. My home. My safe space. I took one step inside, and the heel of my shoe crushed something. I looked down. A plastic cup. Neon pink. Flattened under my weight. That's when the sound hit me. The faint buzzing of my refrigerator door, slightly ajar. Someone had opened it and never bothered to close it properly. My throat tightened. I swallowed hard, tasting fear and anger all at once. I whispered to myself, barely audible, "What happened here?" And beneath all that confusion, buried deep under the mess and the smell and the stranger's things scattered across the floor, something else settled inside me. A thought. A name. Maya. My best friend. My supposed best friend. She had been the one who insisted she'd check on the place while I was gone for the weekend. Just to make sure everything's fine, she'd said, smiling, touching my arm. "I got you, girl. Don't even worry." Standing there in the ruins of my living room, I realized something. I might have left for a peaceful trip, but I had returned to a story I never asked for. A story that would change my life in ways I was nowhere near ready for. Before everything unraveled, my life was, well, ordinary. Peaceful in that small, steady way that feels safe. Predictable. I'm 32 years old, living in a modest but cozy apartment in the heart of the city. Not fancy, not spacious, but mine. I like things tidy. A plant on the windowsill. A small rug by the couch. A refrigerator organized by color. Yes, I'm that person. I work as a content coordinator at a local publishing company. Not glamorous, but I love stories, and I love helping them reach the world. My days were filled with emails, manuscript drafts, scheduling posts, and occasionally walking to the bakery next door for fresh walnut bread. My routine was stable, and honestly comforting. And then there was Maya. We met 3 years ago at a workshop. She was loud, sparkly, easy to talk to. One of those people who make friends faster than they finish sentences. Her laughter filled rooms, and her confidence often outshined everyone else's. Beside her, I sometimes felt muted. Not small, just quieter. But she treated me kindly, and her presence came with a warmth that felt good to be around. We became close. Real close. Movie nights. Grocery runs. Long talks at 1 a.m. She knew the passcode to my apartment because I trusted her, plain and simple. Looking back now, I sometimes wonder if Maya saw that trust in me long before she ever deserved it. But at the time, she was the person I believed would never hurt me. So when my aunt invited me to her anniversary weekend 2 cities away, Maya practically shoved me out the door. "You need a break. Go enjoy yourself. Let me handle things here." She even volunteered to water the plants and grab packages for me. Nothing in her face, her tone, or her smile hinted at what I'd find when I came back. The weekend itself was good. Peaceful. My aunt's house smelled of caramel and old books, smells from my childhood. I laughed more than I had in months, let my shoulders drop, let my mind rest. I didn't check my phone much. Why would I? There was nothing urgent in my life. Or so I thought. The only odd moment came Saturday night. A text from Maya at 1:14 a.m. "Hey girl. How's it going? Everything okay?" Short. Strange. But I brushed it off. Maybe she was checking in. Maybe she couldn't sleep. I sent back a quick, "I'm good. Trip is nice. Hope everything's fine there too." She didn't reply. But again, I didn't think much of it. I should have. I should have listened to that small tightening in my chest, the little whisper that something wasn't right. But I didn't. I came home on Monday afternoon, sunny, tired, carrying leftover cake and a little more peace than I left with. And the second I opened the door, That peace shattered. All of it. My pulse quickened as I stepped further inside, scanning the apartment. A shoe, just one, lay near the hallway. Not mine. A gold earring glinted near the kitchen sink. My rug was pushed halfway under the couch, like someone had stumbled on it or danced on it. My plants. God, my poor plants. The pothose by the window drooped so low it looked like it had given up on life. Soil was sprinkled across the floor like confetti. The confetti of a party I didn't attend. A party I didn't even know happened. I moved slowly, my suitcase still in my hand, my breath uneven. Then I turned toward the kitchen counter. My ceramic bowl, handmade, my favorite, was cracked straight through the middle, sitting there like it had been dropped, and then placed back as if nothing happened. I felt something break inside me too. Just a small crack. But enough to hurt. I reached for my phone with trembling fingers. Opened the camera app. Took a photo. Then another. Part of me didn't even know why. Maybe I wanted proof. Maybe I wanted to convince myself I wasn't imagining any of it. And then, just when I thought the shock had peaked, I stepped into my bedroom. And that's when the real betrayal, the one that would unravel everything, showed itself. People often think that the hardest part of betrayal is the moment you discover it. But for me, the hardest part came later, in the quiet. After the shouting was done. After the people who pretended to care finally slipped back into their own lives. After Maya moved out of the city, without saying goodbye. The hardest part was waking up and remembering. That happened. Someone I trusted used my home, my kindness, my peace, as if it meant nothing. For weeks, I moved slowly. Not because I was fragile, but because I was learning myself again. I scrubbed every corner of my apartment. Replaced the rug. Threw away the dishes strangers had eaten from. Even repainted one wall. A soft, warm beige that felt like exhaling. And in all that time, something unexpected happened. My home slowly stopped feeling like the scene of a crime, and started feeling like mine again. I didn't hear from Maya. Not an apology. Not an explanation. Not even a weak excuse. But one day, months later, I realized I no longer needed one. Some people walk out of your life quietly because they know, deep down, they can't stand in front of you anymore. Not after what they've done. Not after you've grown enough to see the truth without flinching. I learned that forgiveness isn't a gift you give the other person. It's the moment you finally loosen your own ribs and breathe again. So yes, I forgave her. Not because she deserved it, but because I deserved peace. That I started hosting people again. Small things, tea nights, book club, my cousins visiting with noisy children and sticky fingers. And every time someone stepped inside my apartment, I watched them with gentler eyes. Not suspicious, just wiser. Betrayal didn't end me. It educated me. It taught me that trust is precious, that boundaries are sacred, and that sometimes the people we love most are just temporary teachers, arriving to show us a lesson we didn't know we needed. My lesson was simple. Not everyone who smiles at you should have a key to your home, or to your heart. Now, when I lock my door at night, there is a calmness in me, a stillness, a soft understanding that I am allowed to protect the life I'm building. And sometimes, when the evening light hits just right and the apartment feels warm again, I catch myself smiling. Because I didn't just survive what happened. I reclaimed my space. I reclaimed myself. If you were sitting across from me right now, in this little living room I fought so hard to restore, I'd ask you one thing. Have you ever trusted someone so deeply, only to realize later they never valued you the same way? And if you have, what did you do? Did you close your door forever? Or did you learn to open it again, just a little wiser? Tell me your thoughts in the comments, my dears. And if this story touched your heart even a little, don't forget to subscribe and support the channel. Your presence here means more than you know.